Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Gensokyo Horror. Alright, let's start we're at the start of the new round. Let's start with the upkeeps. Yumiko has nothing she needs to do. Yuki will stay where she's at. Akyu, you are currently in Plateau of Ling. You could stay with what you have, and Ren, you'll stay with what you have. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, next is movement. I need to go get. I'm gonna go ahead and just send Yumiko to Entei to go get healed up a little bit. I could send her to fight the cultist, but that would mean I would get poisoned and reduce her to 1 stamina, even if I won. So there's Yuki. Yuki, where are you? Oh, that's right. You are leaving this gate. This is Yugoth, which is right there. I can choose to fight this. I can fight this witch if I want to. I think I will go ahead and do that. Yeah, I can do that. So yeah, I will choose to fight the witch. I don't have to because I just left the gate, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. There is no horror check, so it's just going to be a fight check. I could do I could cast Wither, and I might as well. She is magic resistant, which means the bonus from Wither would only be half rounded up. So, but it's still better than nothing. So I'll go ahead and just cast it. There's no reason not to. So I will do a lore check at +0, and I get +2 from Glass of Mortland, so I roll 6 dice. Alright, success. I now have it's supposed to be +3 because of magic resistance. It's only going to be +2. So that's 8 dice minus 3, so 5 dice. I'm going to go ahead and use Yuki's special ability of fire magic. So that way I'm considered blessed. So I roll 5 blessed dice rather than the green dice. So here's 5 dice. And let's roll them. And success. So that is a dead witch. If I closed this gate, I would have been able to return that monster to the cup anyway, but it's I'd rather get it as a trophy since the opportunity was present. Okay, that was Yuki's movement. Next is Akyu. Where are you, Akyu? Oh, that's right, you are over here. You moved to the opposite side of Plateau of Ling. Ren, you just got out of a gate. You're looking pretty good at the moment. Part of me wants to go and kill that cultist. Mainly just so I can clear a route for Yumiko so she can finally complete her task. But yeah, I think that probably is going to be best for her. It won't be pretty because I'm going to get poisoned, but that's okay. So, so this is a cultist. It's no horror check, +1 combat. I have 4 fights, +4 for martial arts because I have 2 empty hands, and +1 from the modifier, so 9 dice. I will just roll these 6. Yep, that's more than enough. So I killed it. This thing is worth double because of Rin's special ability, and I do lose 1 stamina, and that also means I get the very first poison counter in the game. What should we use to represent poison counters? I'll just use Doom tokens. That's fine. So there you go. She has 1 poison counter, which doesn't do anything. Once I get 2 poison counters, I'll start losing movement. So, not the end of the world. Alright, so she's out in the streets. Great stuff there. Alright, next is encounters. Yumiko, I'm just going to do Entei. I'm going to use the Rice and Irin ability of Entei and not spend any money and just get back 1 stamina. For a Yuki is... Oh, she needs to close this gate. Or, well, she doesn't have to, but I'm going to anyway. So let's close this gate. So it's a fight -2 check, because it's Yugoth, and it's a little harder to close. So I'll roll these dice, and I just barely succeeded. So I close this gate. All circles get removed from, get returned to the cup. There are no circles on the board. The only circle that was on the board was a witch, which I already killed. Okay. I cannot seal this location, unfortunately, but I do get it. I still get the gate trophy, which I can cash in. Alright, next is, well, Akyu's in Otherworld. Rin's out in the streets. Okay, so that takes care of all of that. Next is Akyu's Otherworld encounter, which is red and green. So, red or green? This is green. This location is, what is it? It's Plateau of Ling. Plateau of Ling. Your mind and body are toughened by your experiences. Pass a will +0 toughness 2 check to draw 1 skill. Toughness 2 means I need 2 successes to succeed. I have 3 dice. So I'll put these 3 dice together and see what happens. That is a massive fail. If I had gotten at least 1 success, I would have started using clue tokens, but since I completely and utterly failed it, I am not going to do anything about it. I mean, I guess I could have done premonition and got 2 extra dice. In fact, I probably should have, but I'm not going to worry about it. So I didn't get anything. I didn't get a free skill. That's okay. All right, and that is end of the round. So let's draw ourselves a new mythos. All right. Nameless Hill, which is literally the same location as the place that we just closed a gate on. So we'll shuffle this, grab this. We get City of the Great Race, and Yuki falls right through. Boop. All right, and that does mean we get another Doom token. So yeah, that's the danger of closing a gate without properly sealing it, the location, because I just got another Doom token. But not much we can do about it. Anyway, we get ourselves a new monster. And as for movement, the only things that move is this formless spawn, which is now in my way. And it has physical immunity. Great. Alright, well, there's that. Also, the additional effect is Stalkers of the Night. All star vampires, hunting horrors, and spectral hunters in Gensokyo are returned to the cup. If at least one monster returns to the cup, raise terror level by 1. We don't. The only things that are actually in our cup right now are star vampires, but we haven't drawn any, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so yeah, that just happened. Next, we move the first player to Yuki. Alright, for Yuki, this gets refreshed, and that's pretty much it for her. Okay, next is Akyu. Akyu is actually about to get out of her gate. Yep, she is, so I'll go ahead and just increase the lore by 1. Next is Ren. For Ren, there's not really anything I need to worry about for her. And for Yumiko, see how tough these things are. Physical immune. They're not too bad. Alright, I can probably see about fighting that thing. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just stick with what we have. That takes care of all that. Next is movement. Yuki gets undelayed because she just fell through yet another gate. Akyu gets out of her gate, which is Plateau of Ling, which is right here. I could choose to fight these things, but I'd rather not. I'm going to choose not to fight these monsters this round. Instead, I'm going to attempt to seal that location. That's more important. Okay. I mean, she's going to be forced to fight it eventually, but that at least buys me a round to prepare for it. Okay. Now for Ren. Ren's movement. I'm actually going to send her off to... see, I would have 6 dice. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'm going to actually send her to fight the formless spawn so I can clear a route for Yumiko. So let's do this fight. It's going to be a -1 horror check, so I have 2 dice plus 1 from Aki's special ability. So I roll 3 dice. I succeed. I don't lose any sanity. Next is a combat -2 check. I have it's also physical immune, but that doesn't matter. So I get 8 minus 2 dice, so 6 dice in total. I need 2 successes. Just barely succeeded. Alright, and we got it. Also, this thing is worth an additional toughness, so actually I have 5 toughness worth of monsters and a gate trophy, which means I can cash that in for some pretty good stuff. Okay, takes care of that. Next is Yumiko. For Yumiko, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. I believe Clock Tower is where I need to go. Yep, it is the Clock Tower. So if I don't get yanked out of the Clock Tower, I should be able to finish that finally. All right, next is Encounters. Yuki's not there. Aki is going to attempt to close the gate. It's going to be a lore -1 check for me, so it's going to be 5 dice. Success. Okay, 5 dice. I'm going to go ahead and remove these. Any diamonds that are on the board get returned to the cup, which there is 1 diamond that's on the outskirts. So this Shogoth gets returned to the cup, which is nice. Because it's kind of hard to get rid of monsters once they're in the outskirts. And I'm going to go ahead and spend my abundance of clue tokens to get ourselves a seal on this location. Okay. Alright, there's still monsters there, unfortunately. There's not much we can do about that right now. But we did seal, that's our 4th seal, so we're definitely on the way to completing this. Next is Ren. Ren's in the street, so nothing happens. And Yumiko is going to have herself an encounter at the clock tower. Alright, you are startled to hear a screech of pain from one of the rooms, and you rush in just in time to see Flandre standing over the splattered remains of an unknown creature. Staggering back outside, you are violently ill. Lose 1 sanity and 1 stamina. Okay, I lose 1 of each. It didn't say specifically that I go to the streets, so I'm not going to say. I'm going to assume I did not go out in the streets. This does complete this task. I get my 3rd token on it. And what's going to happen is I get 2 glue tokens, $4, so I'm up to 8, and I will get a random ally. I get Tenchi. Tenchi gives +1 fight, +1 speed, and all my combat check bonuses from weapons are increased by 1. So this Molotov cocktail now gives +7. This enchanted blade gets +5. For Yumiko, this is actually a very, very good combination. And this gets discarded. So cool. We got her task done, and she got a nice buff as a result. Besides that is it for her. Next is Otherworld Encounters. All that there is Yuki. She's at the City of the Great Race, which is green and yellow. Alright, pass a luck -1 check to find the gate back, and if so, immediately return to Arkham. I have a luck of 3 thanks to the skill, so I rolled 2 dice. I succeed, so I immediately go back to Arkham. So I'm back at Arkham. So that means I can now close this gate and deal with that problem. Alright, that takes care of all that. That was very quick and easy. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a Mythos. Okay, this is an environment, so we'll put that there. Underground Cave. Now, Underground Cave is sealed, so nothing happens. So this is essentially a free round for us. But we do get some movements. Diamonds and circles and squares move. Pretty much the only things that are going to be moving are going to be these dimensional shamblers. And the way they move is they actually move twice. But since Ren's in the way, it's just going to go straight to Ren. Actually, no, sorry, they don't move because they're with Akio. So never mind, nothing happens there. Alright, so that is something. Anyway, unusual moonrises. The moon seems overly large and is close to the horizon from dusk to dawn, causing mental problems among the residents of Gensokyo. Sneak and lore checks in Gensokyo are made at +1. Will checks in Gensokyo are made at -2 penalty. So horror checks are now a lot harder to do. Okay. But we do get +1 sneak and +1 lore, which is always nice. Alright, and the first turn goes to Akio. For Akio, for her stuff... So, what do these things do? Yeah, there's not much I can do about that. In fact, I'll probably be better off... I mean, I could try sneaking by them, but it's -3, so yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm just going to increase my slider by 1 to fight, because there's no way I'm going to... With the -2 from the Shamblers and the -2 from the environments, there's no point in having very much will, because I'm just going to be rolling 1 die anyway. Alright, for Ren... You're out here. What's the star spawn do? It's just tough. Okay. This thing has... okay, it just does some sanity damage. Okay, I can live with that. Let's see, combat. Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright. Well, in the case of the ghost, it's at -2, -4. I would lose 2 sanity no matter what, and then be at minus... Okay, I will probably go and try to fight the ghost, so I'll increase my fight by 1. Alright, for Yumiko, there's not really anything I need to do with her, and then Yuki, there is not much I need to worry about for her either, I don't think. No, it's just, she's going to be dealing with a maniac, but that's about it. Alright, so that takes care of all of that. Next is movement. So starting with Akio, she's going to be entering combat against two-dimensional shamblers. So we do this one at a time. I'm going to go ahead and roll my horror check. Yeah, so I'll roll my 1 die for this. Failed, so I lose 1 sanity, so I'm down to 3. Next is a combat check at -2. I have a fight of 4 plus 2 from the Derringer, so that is 6, so -2, that is 4 dice. I succeed, I kill that one. Okay, next is another horror check against the other dimensional shambler. Failed, unfortunately, so I'm down to 2 sanity, and I need to do another attack. I succeed, and that kills that one. Alright, not too bad. We definitely cleared out the board, which is nice. Next is Ren. I'm going to go ahead and send Ren to clear out the ghost. She should be okay. So let's go ahead and fight this ghost. First is the horror check. I roll 1 die for this because of the penalties and all that fun stuff. I succeed. And next is a combat -3. I have 9 from. I have fight 5 and 4 from the martial arts. -3, so 6 dice in total. So here we go. Definitely succeeded, so this gets killed. And next is movement with Yumiko. Yumiko, I'm going to go ahead and send off to fight this thing. It's going to be a little unpleasant fighting this thing, but it is what it is. So let's start with a horror check. Failed, so I lose 2 sanity. So now I'm down to 2. And next is a combat -3 check. And I need 3 successes. So right now I have 10 dice, 11 dice, because I fight +1. And also I get +1 from the change of blade. So 5, 5, and 1, so 11 -3, I would have 8 dice. But I could use this Molotov cocktail to make this be overkill. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because I really want this star spawn to die. So that is +7, +5, that's 12. Plus another 5, that's 17. Plus 1, that's 18. -3, that is 15 dice. I'm going to roll these 5 here. That is 2 successes. I'll roll these 5 here. And that's another 1 success. So that's more than enough to kill it. Definitely overkill, but if I had failed the combat check, I would have been poisoned and knocked unconscious. And that would have lost me items anyway. Sorry, I'm trying to get these stacked. There we go. Good news is we did get that, and now we have a ton of toughness worth of trophies, which is good. Alright, next is Yuki. For her movement, she needs to deal with this Maniac. Maniacs are pretty easy to deal with until the terror level gets high. If the terror level gets super high, their fighting becomes insanely good, and they get and they do a lot more damage, and they become endless. But since the terror level is only 1 right now, this is going to be a very easy fight. In fact, I will just roll the. I'm going to go ahead and use my special ability, which lets me use blessed dice, and I'm just going to roll these 7 dice here, and I succeed. So this thing dies. All right, so we get these as trophies. All right, good stuff. Now it's going to be encounters, starting with Akyu. Where is Akyu? Akyu is here at Bamboo Forest. A fallen piece of bamboo covers up a book. Oddly enough, the book does not seem to be dirty. As you flip through the pages, the words burn themselves into your mind. Draw a spell and immediately lose sanity equals the sanity cost. If you're not driven insane, keep the spell. So I draw 1 random spell. This thing has a sanity cost of 1. So I lose 1 sanity. I did not go insane, and I get to keep the spell. So there you go. We will put that. Sorry, this Aki is all disorganized, which is so unlike her. Alright, so there you go. Lure monster. What this does is you can exhaust this to force monsters to move to your location, even if they're in the sky. Alright, next is Ren. Ren's going to have an encounter at Hidden House. A monster and a gate appears. Alright. So what's going to happen here is gate's going to open. She's going to fall through it. So she's in the abyss now, and she becomes delayed. And next is the and a monster will appear. which is going to be a Chthonian, which is super annoying. We also do get a Doom token from that, so that's a little annoying. That's the danger of going to an unstable location, is you can speed up the Elder One's progress. Alright, so that takes care of all that. So that was Ren. Yumiko, you are in the streets, so nothing happens. And Yuki, you're going to close this gate again. Or I could choose not to. I'm going to close this gate. Might as well. Alright, so I roll 6 dice for this. Actually, yeah, if I close this gate, I can get rid of the Chthonian. That would be more than worthwhile. Success, barely. So close that. This is a triangle, and this was a triangle gate, so this gets Return of the Cup. Which is good, because Chthonians are very annoying. Alright, so that's care of that. And that is it. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw a new mythos. It is a rumor. Okay. Hako Kirokoro gets a gate. So there's our gate. There's our Doom token. She is 2 away from awakening. So this is definitely cutting things close. Alright, also we do spawn a monster, which is going to be that zombie. Alright, wrong one. As for movement, nothing moves. In fact, the only thing that's on the board right now is that zombie, because we cleared everything else out. Place 3 clue tokens on this card when it enters play. Each time a gate opens, discard a clue token. Each time it casts a spell, add a clue token. Okay, so that's interesting. Alright, so let's put some clue, we're going to put some clue tokens on this thing. We'll just stack them here. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, the Unraveling Tapestry. When place 3 clue tokens on this card when it enters play, each time a gate opens, discard a clue token from this card. Each time an investigator casts a spell, add a clue token to this card. When there are 7 clue tokens on this rumor, return it to the box, choose 1 gate, and seal it. So that's pretty good. If there are no clue tokens left in the box, no clue tokens left on this card, return it to the box. All investigators are reduced to 0 sanity. So yeah, as gates open, that's gonna be our timer. But if we cast spells, that can give us a buffer. This is mostly safe because I can cast Wither every turn, as well as a bunch of other spells. So Yuki can possibly just solo this. I mean, it'll be a bit wasteful, and it'll reduce her sanity some, but it's not that bad. I mean, she's kind of the only person that can cast spells right now, so yeah, I could probably solve this immediately, and that will help us out a lot. As for closing and sealing a gate, though, our only options will be Great Hall of Celiano, but that's okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move the first turn. It's going to go to Ren. Okay, so that's all said and done. For Ren, upkeep, there's not really anything I need to do for her upkeep. Yumiko, nothing for her upkeep. Yuki, for her upkeep, I'm going to go ahead and just cast a bunch of spells. So let's start with some... Well, actually, for her, I'm going to up her lore first, and then do it. You know, just in case. Actually, I have... Yeah, it'll be safer this way. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to start with Wither. Cast it says any phase. Cast and exhaust a game +3 until the end of this combat. Technically, I can do this during the encounter phase, so I'll just do that in the counter phase when it's needed. But let's start with Voice of Ra. So this is cost me 1 sanity, so I'm down to 4. And I'm going to go ahead and do my my spellcast check, which is going to be at -1, so 4 + 2 from class of Mortline, so 6 dice. Success. Alright, so now I have +1 to all skill checks for the rest of this turn. Okay, next is going to be Heal, which is going to be also, it's going to be at +1, it's going to cost me 1 sanity. And I have now the +1 bonus from Voice of Ra, so it's now like 9 dice, so I'm just going to roll 6. And I heal myself, but I'm already at max stamina, so there you go. So every time I cast a spell, I remove a clue token, so we've done 2 spells so far. Oh, sorry, we add clue tokens to that, sorry, other way around. So she's up to 3. That'll bring her up to 5, this thing up to 5 clue tokens. So no, she can't solo it this round. That's my bad. I misread the card. But that is 5 clue tokens. If we can get to 7, that'll be great. But that's fine. Okay, and that is it for her upkeep. She's down to 3 sanity, but next round she should be, as long as she doesn't go bonkers, she should be fine. For Akyu, there's really not much I can do with her. I will go ahead and just increase my luck. Not that it matters. And that is it for her. Oh, also I get +1 to lore checks because of the weather effect. I completely forgot about that. In fact, with that knowledge, I'm just going to go ahead and just say I did that and not have to worry about rerolling. Okay, so that takes care of that. Anyway, next is... oh, it's movement phase. So Ren gets undelayed. Yumiko, she's going to go to Hakurei Shrine. Yuki is going to go to Hakurei Shrine. And actually, yeah, for and during that phase, I'll go ahead and just attempt to cast Wither, just to get another clue token. This thing doesn't cost any freaking sanity, so I'm just gonna roll 5 dice because it's more than enough. All right, success. That's another clue token. We're up to 6 now. So all we need is 1 more clue token on this thing, and we will succeed and seal a gate, which is awesome. So good thing we had someone with a bunch of spells. If we didn't, this event would actually be rather difficult. Alright, and that was her movement. Akyu, her movement, she's actually just going to go to Entei. And that is it for that, so now it's going to be encounters. Yumiko is going to go ahead and activate the Meeting Point special ability. Instead of having an encounter here, I can spend 10 toughness of monster, or 2 gate trophies, or a mixture of 5 toughness of monster and 1 gate trophy to get an ally of my choice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cash out this, that. This is going to be slightly uneven, unfortunately. I'm going to be spending 6 toughness of monster trophies, but that's okay. I really kind of want the ally. And there's definitely one particular ally I want in Yumiko's case. So we're going to go ahead and search this deck, and we're going to get Sakya, because Sakya can ignore overwhelming. And there you go. That is her second character. It also gives her +1 fight and +1 speed as well. So now she has 6 speed as well as 7 fight, and she ignores overwhelming, and she gets additional bonuses for using weapons. So all good things. Alright, next is Yuki. Yuki's going to do the exact same thing. But this time, in her case, she almost has enough to buy 2, but in this case, she's just going to buy 1. I'll get another dimension and City of the Great Race. I'll cash in these 2 gate trophies. Shuffle that, and we're going to go searching for some stuff. I guess in her case, let's go ahead and search. I think I want to get Byakuran, possibly. Where's Byakuran? Byakuran's down here. +1 lore, +1 will. Pay 1 focus and exhaust to gain 1 sanity back. So this will allow her to constantly cast spells. I think that's probably a good trade. Also gives her +1 will, which is always good. So yeah, we'll get Byakuran. Actually, wait. The other option we can do, to kind of give us a little bit of a buffer, is we can get Sine. And getting Sine will remove 1 Doom token from the Doom track. I think I want that, because there's always that chance we can get that one that gives us 2 Doom tokens. So I think we're going to go with that instead. So yeah, let's get Sine. This will still give her +1 speed, +1 luck, so that's better than nothing. And with that, we actually remove a Doom token from the Doom track. So there we go. In the case of Akyu, Akyu is going to spend $2 to get back all of her sanity. And that takes care of that. Alright, next we draw a Mythos. We get a headline. This opens a gate at Bamboo Forest, but it's sealed, so we're good on that front. The only monsters that move are not available. All dimensional shamblers and hounds of Tyndalos and Gensokyo are returned to the cup. If at least 1 monster returns to the cup, raise the power level by 1. We don't have to worry about that. Yumimi warns of a dimensional rift. Fancy. So yeah, that went... that's great. So no gates open, so we didn't lose any clue tokens. That means the first player goes to Yumiko. And I'm going to go ahead and call this a video because it's been 30 minutes. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Gensokyo Horror. We are on our way to winning, so hopefully we can get this done. See you guys next time.